I wanted to give you some feedback on the work we did in the week 2 creative meeting about Cirque du Soleil. First off, a couple of things in general. There are 2 sections of interns, the 87 section on the 87th floor at Blue Moon and the 88th floor of Blue Moon. So you may be hearing some comments here that you did not read or hear about in your creative meeting, so that you just know that that's another group of interns. I am doing just one video for all of you. So that's first off. The second thing is on the 87th floor, you all did a great job of realizing that there are 4 posts required in the creative meeting. On the 88th floor, not so much. I had a pretty big number of people who made only 1 post, and so the evaluation of that's not going to be what you probably would be happy with. So remember, for the creative meeting, the requirement is 4 substantive posts made on at least 2 different days, and you've got to make your first post by Wednesday. Now about that word substantive, I made a lot of comments that a post that says, "Oh, I like your mission statement," is not substantive. It's nice, and I don't mind it, but don't expect that a post that says, "I agree," or "I like that," without some more information in it, is going to be counted in your post total. So we're looking for substantive posts, and while "I agree" or "I like that" is certainly nice, that needs to be over and above your 4 post minimum requirement. So now some specific comments. First off, I thought we did a great job. You all did a great job. Let me tell you some things specifically about those mission statements. Hey, good job in understanding the difference in in product-oriented, and market-oriented. So market-oriented is about what we do for our customers. There were phrases like, bring imagination to life. We revitalize your spirit. We inspire. All those are things that they do for their customers. Great job on those. Hey, if you're ready to start your marketing plan, get started with that mission statement. Cross that off the list. Then we went, and I also want to say that we had a lot of comments about Ringling Brothers, and that's very current. And when we talk about the external marketing environment, things happen. If we talked about this 3 weeks ago, Ringling Brothers might not have come up at all. But that's very current, and I believe it was Hannah that wrote this. Ringling Brothers is a prime example of a company being stuck in the production phase. Being a family-owned business, they didn't want to change their definition of circus. They thought that tradition was more important than evolving the idea behind the circus and who they were marketing to. Hey, perfect words, and good job for relating a concept in a previous week to this week's work. Yeah, I think that's what happened to Ringling Brothers. They didn't evolve. They didn't realize that there are people out there who are going to object to elephants. And if you can't have the elephants, the amazing creatures, can't you do something else? I mean, obviously, Cirque is an example of doing way more. But Ringling Brothers just didn't get it. And isn't it a shame that they're going to close? Anyway, great example of production orientation. You had some really good strengths. Remember, strengths and weaknesses are internal, which means Cirque controls them. So strengths like no animals in our show. We have motivated and passionate owners and employees. We have top performers. We appeal to a lot of different cultures. Those are all really good examples of strengths. Then weaknesses. We have to split profits. Have a limited audience. Someone said, "You would not catch me here." Yeah, that could be, and limited in part by what they show. It's not for everybody, and also the ticket price. I do want us to begin to think about one thing. You don't have to appeal to everybody to have a valid business. So limited audience might be a weakness, but what's their sellout rate? 97%. They got a lot of people who want to see that show. They're in big cities only. Now, I want to think about that. Could Cirque have permanent locations in cities all over America? Probably not. There's probably not enough people to support that sort of show everywhere. So when you begin to think about the big cities, they're kind of located in tourist towns, which makes sense because you might be willing to spend that money for a ticket if you have a vacation sort of experience. Somebody said they could create touring shows. They have some, but they could have more touring shows that go to smaller towns. That would be a way to solve that problem. Some people mention price as a weakness. Price at that sort of price per ticket certainly excludes people, but is it a weakness? It may be a weakness that shows are expensive to produce, and you might have to have a high ticket price in order to support that. Again, I don't think it has to be priced at $9.99, what everybody might spend for a movie, because it's not the same sort of entertainment. So I would kind of challenge the thought of price as a weakness if they have a high sellout rate. Now, if they begin to have a 25% sellout rate, now they know that price may be a problem. Opportunities and threats, those are external. So when you write down something that's an opportunity, think, do they control that? That is the number one most missed thing, and it kind of happened here as well. So there were some comments like, sell tickets at a higher price. Well, that's a potential strategy, a higher price. That's something Cirque would control. Have more locations. Again, that's something they would control. So if it is something they can control, it is a potential strategy. It's a change in one of those P's. It is not an opportunity. Now, opportunities would be partnerships with schools, the school partnership, people willing to partner with them is an opportunity. New technology is an opportunity. Certainly Ringling Brothers closing is an opportunity for them. Threats, someone said becoming stale or outdated. Now, an outdated show is a weakness, something that they can control, but someone else said people wanting more. So I think that's maybe how the show would become stale. The idea is that we change, the customer changes, and what we had as excitement at Cirque one year may not be enough in 5 years. So the challenge of people, customers, expecting more. Not properly advertised, that's not a threat. That's something they can control. So it may be bad, but I'd put that under weaknesses. Let's see, a thought came in my head and probably just went out. Oh, another threat. Certainly economy. And so when the economy is bad, that's a time when it might be difficult for people to pay those ticket prices. So a bad economy is a threat. And another threat, competition. There is always competition. Maybe you don't go to a Cirque live show, but maybe you go to somebody's great concert when you're in Vegas. So anything that competes for the entertainment dollar would be competition, and competition is always a threat. You all did good on product, price, place, promotion. Some of the comments were a little short, cryptic. I want you to begin thinking about, product is everything you buy. And Cirque, we say product because that's what people buy, but entertainment is a service. So when we're talking in the 4P term, we mean product and or service. So Cirque entertainment is a service, but we're going to call it product in marketing terms. One person had a great description, an elaborate performance that includes stunning feats, enchanting music, and an intense light show. That was a really good way of looking at it. It's not just a show, it combines lots of different things. Anyway, thanks for your hard work on this. I think we're going to be able to compile a great report. If you have any questions about how I evaluated you or other comments, be sure and let me know. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.